Good evening and welcome to the annual scholarship reception. I'm Karen Kuhn from the COD Foundation, and I'm so happy and excited to be here with you tonight. Who would have thought 9 months ago when we set the date for the scholarship reception, the Cubs would be in the wild card, our Stanley Cup champions, the Blackhawks, would be opening their season, and it would all be on the same night. So thank you for choosing to be here with us tonight. Thank you for joining in this celebration, and to our donors that are here, thank you for being part of the COD story and the mission of the College of DuPage Foundation. We've got a great program planned, so let's get started. Please welcome our MC for the evening, a super volunteer, one of our biggest cheerleaders, and the immediate past president of the College of DuPage Foundation, Susan Langberry.
Those videos always make me tear up. They're like so amazing. So tonight is one of my favorite nights of the year because this is the night when the Foundation's mission really comes alive. The aspirations of our students come in all sizes. We have small dreams, we have large dreams, we have dreams that have yet really to be imagined. The College of DuPage Foundation exists to raise monetary support, increase access to education, and enhance cultural opportunities for the students within the college and the surrounding community. This mission has been in place since the very beginning. And tonight, we have an opportunity to recognize the importance of philanthropic support that many of you provide in ensuring our students can realize their dreams. Thanks to the ongoing commitment of our COD supporters, donors, and friends, the College of DuPage Foundation has invested millions of dollars in student scholarships, expansion, and enhancement of programs and other educational essentials. Last year alone, we raised over $2.5 million, and it was raised to support scholarships and programs throughout the college. The Foundation Board is charged with stewarding philanthropic dollars. This 100% volunteer board of corporate and community leaders who live and work in the College District 502 govern the Foundation. I'm pleased to recognize my members of the Foundation, and they all sat really close together, who were able to join us tonight. So please stand. I know you guys like this. When I call your name. We have Jim Matheson. We have Jeffrey Appel, who's going to talk later today. Sherman Neal. Dave Fox, a new board member. So a special thanks to each of you for your dedication and leadership. So tonight, students and parents and donors and college leaders will share their personal reflections of the impact of philanthropy and scholarships. So I want you all to be thinking, because at the end of this, we have these microphones there for a reason, so think of those wonderful experiences you're going to share with us. So our next speaker is not only the acting interim president of the College of DuPage, but he's also a scholarship donor. He and his wife have created the Dr. Joseph and Donna Collins Student Success Scholarship, which is to provide a scholarship to financially needy students. So please welcome Dr. Joseph Collins.
Thank you, Susan. And it's kind of sad that Susan Langberry, who has been a tremendous supporter of College of DuPage for a number of years, has decided, regrettably, that she's going to have to step down off of our foundation after being the president for how many years now? Many. We really appreciate, Susan, all of your leadership and incredible support for the college. I think the foundation really flourished and thrived under Susan's leadership. So could we give her a hand for her work? And just on behalf of College of DuPage, I just want to express my deep gratitude to the foundation for the amazing support that you provide, not just our students, which we're here tonight to really celebrate the students that are receiving our scholarships, but also there are many ways that the foundation supports the college that goes above and beyond scholarship money. One thing that pops to mind is the Resource for Excellence grants that the foundation provides to the college to the tune of about $100,000 a year to support innovative and interesting ideas generated by faculty and staff to try new approaches and that they might not otherwise get a chance to try. So in addition to the roughly $400,000 a year that the foundation raises for student scholarships directly, there is all this other funding that, as Susan mentioned, $2.5 million a year of fundraising. That's really an incredible outcome, and College of DuPage is incredibly thankful to all of your work for doing that. I believe we have something like 800 students that receive scholarships. I was able to meet our recipient tonight, Amindra, and she's an accounting student, and it was a pleasure to meet her. I think she's got a very bright future, and I'm happy to be able, as a personal donor, I'm happy to be able to play a part, a very tiny part, in her ability to go to college and achieve her dreams. And I'll tell you this one story. Last year, I'm up on the stage shaking everybody's hand as they're going across the stage. And a couple of years ago, Donna and I started the Student Success Scholarship, and I met the recipient of that first year, and I honestly didn't even interact with her again. And then 2 years later, I happened to be standing on a stage shaking the graduates' hands as they walk by, and this young lady comes up to me, and she shakes my hand, and I said, "Congratulations." And she looked at me, she said, "Thank you. That scholarship that you gave me 2 years ago really made a huge difference to me." And that's when it kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks, how important it is that we that are in a position to give back do so. And so I really thank the foundation for making that all possible. And I could go on, but I don't want to stand in the way of all the people that want to get home to those Cubs, that Cubs or Hawks game, so just kidding. Honestly, I totally agree with Susan. This is amazing that with the Cubs and Hawks playing tonight, that we have such a great turnout, and it really does say a lot about the foundation and all the supporters for student success here at COD. So with that, I will now turn it over to the president of our Student Leadership Council, another incredible young man. It seems like every student you bump into here at the college is an amazing, impressive person, and Joe is Joe is certainly an amazing and impressive person in his own regard. And so here he is, ladies and gentlemen, President of our Leadership Council, Joe Stahl.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you all for coming here. I didn't even know there was a sports game going on. I'm not really in that field. No, but I really wanted to thank you for coming here on a night where you could be doing other things and coming here and asking me to speak. It actually allowed me to delay taking my calculus midterm for another 2 days. So I'd like to deeply thank you for giving me this chance. But in all seriousness, even if I wasn't given that, if I wasn't told that I could delay that midterm, if I still had to go to class, it'd be a really tough decision. Whether or not to come here, just because I believe that the message I was asked to give and what the foundation does to the college is just so important. I was asked to talk a little bit about what Student Leadership Council is, and I'll do that for a couple minutes. Student Leadership Council, at least in the definition that I like to say, is a group of students that are dedicated to providing opportunities for personal growth to as many students as possible. We have members as well, and they're the students who are dedicated enough to spend times out of their busy day, to spend times not watching the Cubs game, to help give opportunities to other students. And I really want to compare that to what the foundation does, because as a scholar recipient myself, it's I can say that, absolutely, I would not even be able to come here if it wasn't for you all. And I want to thank you for being leaders on campus, for being willing to sacrifice your own personal time, amongst other things, in order so that students can continue to succeed in their academic and professional lives. So thank you very much.
Now we're going to hear from two of our student scholarships. These individuals have been tremendously impacted by the scholarship dollars. First, we have Alyssa Panko. She's a returning adult student who's studying psychology, followed by Bill Aiken, who is a U.S. Army veteran who has served our country and is hoping to use his talents in the healthcare industry. So, Alyssa?
Hi. I would like to thank everyone who donated to the foundation to make these scholarships possible. Basically, going back to school has come with some challenging times, so I'd like to share with you my struggles and how I'm benefiting from this scholarship. Going back to school is an instant obstacle because your class schedule affects your availability, and the amount of schoolwork you have affects the amount of time you have. So basically, it's a double whammy in terms of trying to find good work while you're trying to go back to school. And in the summer of 2014, I had a really bad schedule where I had classes during the day, classes at night. 2 of them were English composition, 5-week classes. So that meant I had to write 2 research papers in 10 weeks. So I was extremely busy. It was really hectic. And the only job I could get that would fit with my schedule was door-to-door canvassing with a storm restoration company. And that job was a draw against commission pay structure. So on any given day, I'd be driving around looking for houses with hail damage, wouldn't know if I would make any money or not. And if someone did actually have hail damage and they wanted it fixed, it would take months to find out if their insurance claim was approved. So getting paid on that job alone was pretty much a nightmare. And it's a pretty cutthroat line of work where I'd be going down one side of the street, and then someone from a different roofing company would be going down the other side of the street at the same time. And it was just like, it was pretty much terrible. So I left that job as soon as I could with the only other flexible schedule job I could get at the time, which was life and health insurance sales. And with that, you have to get a license. You have to train with your general managing agency. You have to sign up with all the different insurance carriers. So it took months to even get started. And when I did, it turns out that the leads were stale. They didn't have enough leads. They had too many agents, and it was just a mess. And I never sold one single policy. So I thought, okay, that wasn't such a good time. But this summer was kind of a rough one financially as well, because I realized my time at COD was coming to an end. I want to do research, but you can't do it here, so I would have to transfer as soon as I could. So I thought, with thousands of transfer students, what do I do to set myself apart? So I thought I need to do something big. I was going to take a class at Northwestern, because then I could prove not only would I be successful at COD, I could be successful at any school. So I enrolled in a class at Northwestern, but it costs almost $4,000 to take one class, which is like a whole year at COD. So I had to take out a private student loan to take that one class. However, I was glad that I did. I did well in the class, and I was 1% away from tying the top score on the final exam. So I think it shows, even if you're a COD student, you can perform just as well as a Northwestern student. So I was glad to at least be able to experience that. So after that summer, I was just thinking, like, what am I going to even do this fall? Because that storm restoration job, all the money from that was gone, but it pushed up my income so much I didn't qualify for any grants. And I didn't hear about the scholarship in the spring. I never got the email. So I was thinking for the fall I was going to have to just use loans for everything. And then this email went out in July saying, hey, if you received this email, you didn't send a thank you note to the scholarship committee. And I was like, this must be like an error. I never got a scholarship, so I probably shouldn't have got this email. And then they're like, no, you did get a scholarship. You got the Naperville Rotary Scholarship. And I was like, really? That's amazing. So that was just a giant relief to find out that the loans, the federal loans, I could use more towards living expenses and not have that eat up everything for the school expenses, because I haven't made any money since that storm job, and we haven't had another hailstorm this year, so I was kind of out of luck. So anyways, in conclusion, the amount of time and availability you have when going back to school makes finding good work really challenging, and these scholarships are a huge boon to students who are trying to maximize their academic potential, because if we were forced to go back to school part-time, it would cost us more in the long run, both in terms of time and money, because of interest and lost wages for your future job. So this does make a huge difference, both immediately and in the long term. So thank you guys again.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Bill Aiken, and I'm honored to be here tonight. My life took a unique path, I have to say. The path postponed one of my most important goals, which was to get a college degree. I finally am here. I'm at the College of DuPage full-time as a nursing student in the associate's degree program, and I can hardly believe that I'm only 7 months away from graduation. Yes. I'll be becoming a registered nurse and joining the team at a local hospital, to be determined. And I have many of you to thank for this. Lots of you. I'm blessed and grateful for having received the Foundation's Returning Adult Scholarship, the Rotary Club of Downtown Naperville's scholarship, the Nursing Alumni Scholarship, and a Veterans Textbook Scholarship. It gets me choked up, so I appreciate it. These scholarships are making what would otherwise be impossible a reality. I've always wanted to become a nurse. You don't hear many guys say that, but I've always looked up to my mom, who as an RN was and still is a community leader and mentor to so many people. I first entered college 26 years ago as a nursing student. I was also a soldier in the Army National Guard and ultimately chose to make that a priority, and I put school on hold. I became a full-time contractor with the Department of Defense and often enlisted for active duty special work in the U.S. Army. I quickly promoted to the rank of sergeant at just 20 years old, and I was really proud of my work as a leader. I trained soldiers and taught them how to survive, how to lead, save lives, and how to represent the uniform as a soldier medic. I worked with diverse teams to improve procedures and policies that ensured our soldiers' success. And I worked with local agencies to collaborate in safety and disaster drills. I felt like I was making a real difference. After my Army service, I found great satisfaction working in almost every department in the local hospital. Over several years, I worked as a phlebotomist, a patient care technician, patient advocate, various tech jobs, and more. And I eventually realized that I would need that nursing degree to continue my path as a leader in the healthcare field and the community. I took classes here and there, but still never financially really got it done, never completed that degree. I found my way into other jobs in the hotel and restaurant field, which I enjoyed, but I am still far away from my dream of becoming a healthcare professional that I knew that I could be. 6 years ago, I married my wife, Amanda, and moved to Chicago, and we now have 2 daughters, Molly and Stella. And Molly wants you to know her name is spelled M-O-L-L-Y. So I promised to tell her I would do that. With more responsibility than ever, I had a great idea. I should go back to school and get my RN degree. Looking in my daughter's eyes as they sparkled brought a new energy to me. So I did it. To fulfill my goals, I said, let's just do it. It seemed financially impossible, but I took one class at a time, coming here to COD, while working at Coach Ditka's restaurant in Oak Brook, and taking care of my family as a priority. Before long, I was enrolled in the Associate's Degree Nursing program here, and doing very well academically. This summer, I was about to begin my second semester in the nursing program, and I was holding the honor of highest honors in our class. Unfortunately, I wasn't sure that I could continue because financially, the cost of living, cost of daycare for my daughters may not allow me to continue in the program. I thought maybe I'll take a semester or a year off. And then I said, you know, let me try something. Let's apply for some scholarships. So I did. And I was very excited when I received some notices, one after another. And there were tears involved. And with these scholarships and some hard work, I knew I would be able to continue in the nursing program. So it's not possible for me to thank everyone that's involved properly. I have a great amount of gratitude to everyone involved. I'd like to thank my College of DuPage professors for directing me this way to apply for scholarships, the nursing instructors, the foundation, the board of directors, and my family and everybody for making dreams come true with these scholarships. And that's what they do. They make dreams come true. I thank all of you. I will not let you down. I look forward to serving our community as a nurse and a leader. And I also look forward to the day in the near future where I can become a donor myself and contribute to a scholarship just like the ones that I received. Thank you, and go Cubbies.
Jeff, I'm so sorry. I went right by. I was so excited to hear from the students, I didn't invite you to come up. So please accept my apology. Jeffrey Appel, representing the foundation.
Good evening. I'm one of the volunteers on the COD Foundation Board of Directors, and I'm also on the Scholarship Committee, and I'm basically here to represent the Scholarship Committee of the Board of Trustees. We have the privilege of reading and reviewing the applications from many of you students and trying to make the decisions about who to award the various fellowships for, the Foundation Achiever Award, the Returning Adult Award, Single Parent, and textbook scholarships. It's not the committee alone. In fact, although when we read all of these applications, we have help from the staff. I'd like to recognize the Foundation Scholarship Committee and staff who are here. Renee Richards, somewhere. There you are. Christopher Burke. Christopher, don't see you. Dillis Galliot. Dillis. A lot of Cubs and Hawks fans here. Sue Kirby, I saw Sue earlier. There's Sue at the back. Okay, thank you. And of course, I'd also like to recognize the donors who make the scholarships possible. And you see some of the donors are here today as well. So as committee members, we have the unique opportunity of learning about the applicants' hopes and aspirations. You've heard some of that already. And it's really very heartwarming to help in providing the resources that the students need to overcome the various challenges and be on the path to realizing their dreams. Because of the commitment of the donors and the partnerships with the faculty and staff, who, as you heard, encourage students to apply for scholarships, we're proud to have a small part in ensuring the students have a chance to continue their education and be on their way to meeting their goals and impacting the world. It's not something that is totally academic for me. In fact, my own academic career was supported by scholarships throughout my undergraduate and graduate career through to the PhD in physics. So I hope that someday some of you who are receiving scholarships at the College of DuPage will, like me, help in effecting the scholarships in your own turn, as donors, perhaps as members of the COD Foundation Scholarship Committee, in any way you can. In any event, thank you for allowing us to be part of your academic career, and good luck. Thank you.
Before we get started in my favorite time, when you guys all get to come up and share your own stories, I was amiss in not recognizing some of our trustees who are here. Diane McGuire. Joe Wozniak. And then a longtime member, Nancy Svoboda. Former member. But okay, so have you all thought of your really good stories? Who's going to be the brave and courageous first person to come up?
It's probably pretty dangerous having a parent come up here because it gets a little mushy and a little emotional. But on behalf of my wife and my daughter, to the donors, I want to thank you for the time and the money putting something like this together. My daughter is my oldest of 6, and academically, she's always been very good. She received some partial scholarships at some larger universities, but she decided COD would be ideal for her to start her college career. And I just want to say, very proud of her. Probably don't say it enough. That's really all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much.
My name is Christine. I am a recipient of the Elizabeth Geyer Foundation Scholarship. I am a mother of 3 teenagers. They're 17, 16, and 15. I work full-time, and I go to school here full-time. I'm finishing up 2 associate's degrees, and I'm applying for the nursing program this year. I am a single mom, and I really couldn't afford to go to school. So before I applied for these scholarships, I was going to drop out. This is my 4th year at COD. I only have 4 classes left to finish up both associates and then start the program. So this scholarship actually enabled me to pay for a full year of school. So it covered my books, my tuition, all of that. So now my student loans, I'm able to use that, to support my kids, because those of us who have kids know that teenagers can be incredibly expensive. And I have a freshman, sophomore, and junior all about to go to homecoming this weekend. So, receiving a scholarship like this really does make a difference, especially for, us adults returning to school, those of us that have kids. And, I'd like to thank everybody who's, taken part in donating to these scholarships, because without them, a lot of us would not be able to go forward and move on in their careers. I started as a telemarketer, and now I'm actually working for, we were just bought out by Xerox, but I'm working for Xerox now in their medical division, doing health histories and actually fraud investigation for Medicaid programs. So, the scholarships and the education I've received here has really enabled me to go from making, minimum wage to really being able to support my family and move my kids into a house and get them in a good school district. So I really appreciate all of you.
Hi, my name is Jacob Coates. I'm a recipient of the Belushi Theater Scholarship. And before the scholarship, I didn't quite have much that I felt like I had accomplished in life, and I felt very I felt like I had not done much with my life so far, but when I received the scholarship, I felt like I had taken the first step towards accomplishment, and I want to thank all of you for giving me that opportunity.
My name is Rebecca McGravy. I received the Elizabeth Grayer Scholarship and the Single Parent Foundation Scholarship. I'm nervous, my voice is quivering here. I came from a troubled background where I was not able to get into education until my later years. I have 2 kids, single parent, obviously. I've been honored to actually take a class sitting next to my child. He begged me not to let anyone know that I was his mother. I got a better grade. Anyway, when I was a child, I wanted to go into healthcare. I wanted to be a vet, and I didn't have the confidence to do that. But as I got older, and you get children, you feel responsibility to them, I got encouraged. I came to the COD, took a few classes, and did very well. It gave me the courage to move on. So I'm an undergrad in the respiratory therapy program. I am one of the class presidents, and I am part of Phi Beta Kappa. So I am very honored, and I do thank you for the opportunity to prove that your support does help.
First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for all the donors that I have that have been over here, and thank you very much for your generosity towards my higher education by awarding me the GED's certificates, scholarships, Acacia Accounting from Tom and Pam, textbook scholarships, and also Katie Mizalek's scholarships program. Your support have been helping me to be one step closer to completing my accounting associate degree at the College of DuPage. As an ESL student, I cherish all opportunities that COD has to offer me. After graduating from GED here at COD, I decided to continue my dream major to study in accounting. And this term I am able to take as many classes I can because of all your help, because all the scholarship I have been receiving. So I am right now a full-time student, and my plan is to graduate next year, and once I graduate, I will be able to move to Benedictine University, continuing finance and business management. And because of academic success is very important to me, I have worked hard to change my career from working in the factory to working in banking industry right now. But none of this would have been happened with all your help and support me through my academic study. And thank you for your help and support and kindness. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Scott Heck, and I am the manager of counseling and advising here at College of DuPage. And I had the privilege over the last several years to work with Rob Frank, the person you saw here. And I thought, I've missed Rob over the past year. And I said, what would Rob say if Rob was here to talk to you today? So I wanted to share you something about something that was really important to him. So all of you here, Rob loved to be a kid at heart, and I do too. So one of the things that Rob was interested in, and I hope I'm not taking anything from your family, but he liked to share this book, one of his favorite books, a Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. And let me just read a couple things from there, because this is what Rob would say to us today. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the one who will decide where you're going to go. You are off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. So Rob would say, let's go. Get on your way.
Hello, I'm Tatiana Nikitina. I'm from Moscow, Russia. And I came recently to United States, and I like it here a lot. And I earned master's degree in my country, but to get decent job here, I have to study and complete some level of education, obviously. And I love to study and get new knowledges, and that can help me to make a positive contribution and develop this beautiful country. And I was very happy to learn that I was a recipient of Mary Daly Scholarship. I met now Representative Glenn Hanson. Thank you very much. And I want to thank you again for your generous financial support toward my higher education, and very appreciate your recognition of my efforts. I'm also in accounting program, and I'm taking one step at a time, and I will get my first certificate in spring 2016. Thank you for everything.
Hi, so I received the Jerry Bradshaw Memorial Scholarship, and I'm so grateful. I don't know if the donor's here. Do you guys know if she's here? Okay. I wanted to say thank you. I'm a single mom of a 2-year-old boy. I work full-time at Edwards Hospital as a nurse's assistant, and I go to school part-time, and it's hard. But I just want to say thank you because you took like a lot of weight off my shoulders, so thank you.
Good evening. My name is Janine Rapp, and I received the Foundation Single Parent Scholarship and the Foundation Textbook Scholarship. Returned back to school after a divorce, after being a single mom, after being a married woman for 15 years. Prior to that, I went to nursing school back in 1986, diverted and became a paramedic, so I was a paramedic for 7 years before I had my children. And I just want to thank the foundation and the donors for allowing me the opportunity to return back to school. I'll be in the nursing program this January and finishing my nursing degree, so I'm very thankful. Thank you so much.
My name is Carla, and I'm in my last semester of nursing school. And this last semester, I have maxed out on my student loans because I did go to school and get my bachelor's degree, but I didn't use the degree because I wanted to be a college graduate, but I didn't know what I wanted to do in life at that point. So I did finish, but I'd never used the degree. And as I got a little older, I figured out that I wanted to be a nurse. So I came back to school. And if there's a few nursing students here that understand that it's such a heavy time commitment to be able to excel in the nursing program. So some people are smart enough that they can work full time and be in the nursing program, but I could not do that. I had to work very limited amount of hours, and put a lot of study time in. So thank you to all the donors that, I know you guys could have done anything with your money. You could have went shopping, went to the Cubs game, but you chose to write a check to College DuPage. So thank you so much. It means a lot because over the summer, as I was sitting trying to figure out how I was going to pay for this semester, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll eat ramen noodles and oatmeal, trying to figure out a budget. And I couldn't get a budget for this last semester. And I got an email in the middle of the summer saying, write your thank you letters, just like I think the guy said he got a letter. But it was such a weight off of my shoulders. So, thank you to all of the donors. It does help us students out so much. It just allows us to focus our time more on learning what we're here to learn, and it'll make me a better nurse, I'm sure of it, because I've learned so much more. I didn't have to juggle as much and just read a little here because I had to run off to work. I was able to really get into my studies and know my stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Victoria Deppa, and I'm also a recipient of the John Belushi Second City Theater Scholarship. I would just like to say thank you so much for your unconditional support, because without that, I would not have the opportunity to enrich my passion for the arts. So thank you very much.
Actually, I don't really want to talk today because I'm so shy, but my daughter keeps telling me, you have to go, you have to go. So, again, my name is Adriana Mendez. I come from Mexico with a family of 10. So I am the first of my family to start, who is starting, I'm sorry. Nobody in my family start with education, because I think my parents, they do not believe that education is important. They are like old-fashioned, I believe. So, but I do believe that education is important, and that's why I'm returning to school. I don't just want to be like a housewife. I want to be a professional, and first of all, to show my daughter a good example that education is important to have success in life. So I have gotten 2 scholarships, the GED certificate and Danny John Memorial Scholarships 2 times. So thank you very much for all the donors, and please keep helping us because it's very important. Thank you.
I'm Maggie Guzman. I have 3 scholarships, actually. One is for the Foundation Returning Adult, the other one's the need-based, and the last one is the Christopher Drop Welding Scholarship. I think it's a little bit more interesting that I actually decided to get into welding after I was pushed by one of my teachers, as I was taking the class actually as a stress reliever, because believe it or not, I have a very extensive healthcare background. If it's in healthcare, I've done it. And I'm my EMT, I work in an ER, I'm full-time there, I go to excavations, I pulled out, I delivered babies, I've done it all. But at some point, sometimes there's a drawback where you realize that maybe where you are, it's not where you should be, physically and mentally. I'm very appreciative that I actually got the welding scholarship, because it goes to prove that sometimes we're told not to do certain things simply because of our age, or simply because of our gender, or simply just because. And I guess in a way I'm a little bit of a motivator, because then it'd be like, you're just thinking, in a way you're just kind of thinking, well, I'm not really, maybe I shouldn't have, maybe I should, maybe, and sometimes good things come out of things that you don't really realize or think about until you actually do them, and you get into them, and you develop, and you really realize this is really where I belong. Great, thank you.
I'd like to speak on behalf of the donors. My name is Bonnie Wheaton, and several years ago when I was approaching a birthday, a big one with a 0 on the end of it, my children wanted to give me a party, and I said, no, please take the money and start a scholarship at College of DuPage. And now 11 years later, I have a big file of letters I've gotten from people who have received my scholarship, and I want you all to know that I have gotten so much more out of being a donor than you can ever imagine. Just coming here tonight and hearing the success stories of the recipients, and knowing that we as donors had a small part in giving you confidence, letting you succeed, letting you show the world what you can do. You can't put a price tag on that, so thank you to all the scholars.
My name is Sayeda Kadri. I got the Volunteers in Action Scholarship, and I'm just really thankful. I've volunteered for I guess 4 years, about 400 plus hours, and I really thought that it just made me such a nicer person. Where at my job, people would be like, you should be a flight attendant. Your service is just so great. I just love helping people. But the thing that I'm just so thankful for is since I love helping out, there was this time in our life that we were about to go homeless, and we we're looking for shelters and stuff, and one of my relatives even told us that, your kids aren't gonna go anywhere in life because you guys are poor. And so my dad right now, he raised himself by just struggling, working hard. Now he's a manager at some work, but he's probably 65 years old, but he works from every single day from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. at night, and I can't see my dad working that hard, and so I work for him at the Walgreens pharmacy full time, just to support my dad, not even for myself, cause yeah, he's just amazing. So me now, I want to prove to people that just because we were poor, we're still not up there, like I can still get somewhere in life. So I'm in this like really tough radiology program, and I don't want to give up, even though it's really hard. Like I got this, and I have to show my dad that, Dad, look at what you did, like good job. Yeah, so thank you so much for like this help.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodolfo Valdez. I am Linda's father. It's a little emotional because the person that donated the money for her to go abroad made a little girl's dream come true. In our tradition, at the age of 15, you get a big party. Unfortunately, her mom got leukemia. And I promised her that trip that I couldn't do it. And the person that donated, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You made her very happy. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Ann Hughes Wagner. I received 2 scholarships from the foundation, one for returning adult and one as a single parent. I have 2 teenage boys at home, and one actually is coming to school here this year with me, which he just loves carpooling with his mom. He's actually a special needs student and tried to do NIU last year, and it didn't work out so well. At the same time as he was trying to make it at a 4-year school, I got laid off from my management job. I'd been working management jobs for about 20 years now and would work my way up through the company and do really well, and then something would go wrong with the company, would downsize for whatever reason, and I'd have to start all over again. Because I didn't have the degree, but I had the experience, I couldn't go back into the same kind of jobs. And so when this happened to me last Christmas, literally 2 weeks before Christmas, I decided to take that opportunity and go back to school. My family said, you know what, move in with us, we'll all live together and make this happen so that I can actually get the degree that I wanted to get 20 years ago when I had my children. So I really want to thank you guys a lot because it means a lot to me that I actually get to do this, showing my kids that this is possible. For the longest time, I preached to my 2 boys how important a college education is, and both of them actually really see this now and really understand it. We study together. We do a lot of study groups. My youngest is actually a freshman in high school, and we spend a lot of time going through material together, and I can actually help him, which is kind of amazing that I can help my son with math. But I actually get to do what I wanted to do 20 years ago, which is go into zoology. So I am working extremely hard. I actually started spring semester this year and have already completed enough credits that by May I will have actually be able to get my associates in science, and I will actually have quite a few classes already that I can transfer in, and I'll already be part of the way through my junior year, basically, at a 4-year school. I took advantage of all the 8-week classes here, which come in really handy when you don't have to work at the same time, which is where the scholarships come into play. I actually did 31 credit hours spring semester and got a 4.0. So it is possible. Thank you. It really is possible for returning adults with children to actually come back to school and really make a difference. And I really want to thank all of you for your donations because it has made a huge difference for myself, my children, our whole family. So thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I know, people always say I'm nervous about talking in front of people, but the words are so sincere and you're all so eloquent, and thank you for sharing those very personal feelings. It really is why this evening is just so special to all of us. So to the donors, we have a very warm thank you for your continued support. How you help our scholars, it's absolutely amazing. It's because of you that we've been able to witness tonight and the impact that all the dollars have. To our scholars, you all are absolutely amazing, and we look forward to continuing to see firsthand all of your success. Healthcare, welding, it's absolutely amazing, all of the different opportunities which you guys are all pursuing. I heard a few of you say that you want to be able to give back. So we're going to remember that. We promise you that when you all are very successful, which we know you will be, we're going to get that. When you get that letter from College of DuPage Foundation, no one better throw it away. We want to open it up, send that envelope back. So, to family members and friends that are here and attending, thank you for supporting and guiding your student and being there. We know that it's only a part of your student's success, but that you share in that success as well. So thank you for joining us this evening.